Welcome back to my channel, babesters. My name is Deja if you're new here. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that throughout this video, but make sure you do that. So today I'm filming a surgery Q&A. So I posted like a little question poll on Instagram to ask me questions that you had about my surgery, and we're gonna answer them. We're gonna answer them. My throat is dry as hell. We're gonna answer them while I do my makeup to get ready for the day. So I'm gonna pull up the questions right quick. So the first question that I have is, what was the worst part of surgery? So for me, if you watched if you watched my actual like surgery vlogs and stuff, then you know pretty much everything regarding like surgery and like any sort of like pain from surgery wasn't bad at all. For me, it was that I had got sick due to them pain patches, and then all the extra shit that they was doing because they thought I was like sick from like an infection or something. So the worst part of it was just that, literally like battling with them about whether I had an infection or if it was just the pain patches. The surgery itself I should have grabbed like way more brushes before I sat down, so give me 1 second. Now when it comes to like the surgery, the pain from like a BBL, if you watch BBL videos, like how I was like overload on BBL videos, like at least for like that whole first year before I even went. You're gonna get half the girls saying it was like the worst pain they ever had in their life, they would never do it again, they had kids, having kids was easier, and it feels like death, blah blah blah. And then the other half, you're gonna get girls that's saying it feel like you went to the gym and you just mad sore. That was me. That's literally it. That's how I felt. I can't speak for how you will feel or how things will go, but just in my experience, it's just a lot of soreness. Oh, you know what, as a matter of fact, I'm lying. The worst part about surgery, like recovery, them damn massages. The worst. I'm definitely getting around two. We'll get into that, but that's the one thing that I'm genuinely not looking forward to doing again. The massages were literally excruciating to me. Some people say it doesn't hurt them that bad. If the massage don't hurt you that bad, then you superwoman, bitch, because oh my god, I don't give a fuck how tough you think you is. Like, I don't care if you beat up every bitch in your neighborhood. I don't care. Like, I don't care if you, bro, if them massages is gonna bring out the bitch in you. I'm sorry. Like, oh my god. And I'm like, I have an extremely high pain tolerance, but them massages, baby, oh no, that shit had me. The massages was making me like regret it the whole time. I'm like, oh my god, I was dreading the massage, y'all. Like, when it was time for my massage, I felt like when you were a kid and you about to go to the doctor or the dentist, like that like sick feeling, like you super scared and sick. That's how I felt going through my massages. Them shits were excruciating. The massages, the worst part for me, because one, obviously you're so sensitive, your skin, you just had fucking lipo, and the fluid that's coming out is literally like fucking lava. It is so hot, and it just feels like you're on fire. It feels like you're on fire, and it feels like, yeah, somebody is pulling fire out of you. So that was the worst part for me. Let me see, the next question is, what did you tell the doctor you wanted to look like? Like, what type of body did you want? So again, if you watch my other video, I showed y'all exactly what I was telling her to do. I pretty much told my doctor I just need my booty to match my thighs. I have a lot of thighs, but I had a lot of thighs but no ass. And then I just wanted my stomach to be super flat. Suck it in as much as you can. That's literally all I told her. I told her I just want my butt to match, because I didn't want to tell her that I wanted a big butt, because I didn't want a big butt. I don't want a big butt. I literally wanted something natural. It doesn't look like, honestly, and you can, it's 2021, you can a lot of the times tell when somebody has a BBL. I didn't want that. I wanted it to look super natural, like I was born with this ass, and that's what she gave me. So that's what I told my doctor. I will say, and I have seen a lot of the time, people say like, don't tell your doctor that you want a natural body, because they're gonna not give you enough ass. So I didn't tell her natural. I just told her, like, out my mouth, word for word, I told her I wanted it to match my legs. So that's what I told her, and I'm super satisfied with what I got. All right, the next question is rate the pain, or yeah, rate the pain from 1 to 10. Pain from the surgery, I would say a 2, 2.5. One thing that I did experience, like just obviously aftermath from surgery, is like the burning sensation when the fluid is like moving around. Not even just during, it doesn't just move during your massage, it moves around like during the day and night and stuff. So when the fluid is like moving, you can feel it, like your shit is on fire. So that was like the only pain, if that I even consider it pain, because it was like, it felt like fire, but like basically every time I felt like that, I would get up and just start walking around so that it would like move and not be sitting in one spot. So that's pretty much what I did. But that, even that pain wasn't like unbearable or anything. But again, everybody is different, y'all, and obviously depending on what you get, a lot of girls get like combination surgeries where they're getting their breasts done, they're getting tummy tucks, they're getting their BBLs and all that together. I just had my BBL, so just my lipo and my BBL. Shout out to the girls though that do be getting combo surgeries. Because I honestly don't think like I would have been able to do that. Like just the amount of help that you even need getting a BBL in general, and then adding on like other surgeries, like ugh. Like I really felt helpless for that first week. Like you really can't do shit on your own for real. Like it's very hard to get out the bed, just because like you're so stiff. Obviously you're super sore. So I rate the pain from the surgery a 2.5, sometimes a 3 if I'm burning. But that's mine though. So don't go get surgery and that shit be hurting like hell and you like, I said it didn't hurt, because I didn't say that, okay? I said mine did. All right, so the next question is, where did I go and how was the recovery? So I went to Cali, Colombia for my surgery, and I stayed at, that was another question, so I'm gonna just put them together. Where did I stay? I stayed at Amy's Recovery House. Would I recommend Amy's? Absolutely. I absolutely loved Amy's Recovery House. I loved everybody there. Honestly, since I went alone, I wasn't scared or anything or stressed out, but it is just that sense of like, you don't have like no connections out here. Like you don't have your family, your mom, no nothing. So being like disconnected like that, they honestly, I'm not gonna say that they filled the void, but like just how attentive like they were, and like your nurses and stuff, they're not like the type of people that are just taking care of you and going about their day. No, like they sit, talk with you, laugh with you, y'all get to know each other. And I feel like if I didn't have that interaction while I was out there, even though like I'm very strong and I'm very independent, like that probably would have definitely made my experience completely different. But they are so personable, like that when you leave, you're really gonna leave like with love for them people. So yeah, I stayed at Amy's recovery house from the airport, and I'll just go into detail about that. From the airport, Amy had her driver come pick me up. She was already there waiting on me. Always have open communication. I never lost communication with them from the time that I booked it, or literally over a year ago, up until the date of. I never lost any type of communication. They didn't take my money and run off. And then speaking of money, to stay at Amy's, I think was a total of like $1,000 something. It's like $90 something or like maybe $80 per, or no, you know, I'm wrong. I had a shared room. I had a shared room, a 3-bed shared room, and that was $75 per night. So I paid that, and I stayed there for a total of, I want to say 14 days. So yeah, I sent her the deposit. The deposit was $200. I sent and booked that literally over a year ago. And like I said, the communication stayed open the entire time, which I really appreciate, because y'all already know how people be. As soon as they get your money, they be dipping. But no, everything was amazing with them. At Amy's, the package pretty much, you're not just paying for just to stay there. They feed you. They say like 3 meals a day, but really however much you want. Like if you're hungry, the chef will make you something. So they feed you, they wash your clothes for you. Obviously you get your 24-hour nursing. So they have nurses that come. They have a nurse that works like a day shift, and then one that comes for night. They help you do everything from getting out of bed to wiping your ass, showering you, everything. And it's never uncomfortable, because like I said, they are always so personable. You won't feel any discomfort. And I'm talking about as little as needing like the damn remote, honestly, off the next bed. They will come all the way to the 3rd floor to get it for you. That's how sweet they are. And when I tell y'all one thing about Amy's, her recovery house, and her employees that I will literally always cherish, is that they do everything with pure joy. Like they don't do it with no attitude. I have literally never experienced no attitude with anybody there. Not a single one of the nurses, not the chef, no nothing. Like none of them had no attitudes or anything. Even if like you're calling them a million times, ringing the bell 20 million times, they don't care. They're coming up with a smile on their face. It don't matter what time of day it is. You never experience any irritation with them, like they don't want to be here, nothing. Like pure joy. And I think that says a lot about Amy herself, how her employees act, because you can tell like they enjoy their job, they enjoy her. So I really appreciate that, and I highly recommend Amy's to stay at. The package also included travel, so they obviously pick you, or transportation, I mean, they pick you up from the airport. They will take you back to the airport when it's time for you to go, and they also take you to pretty much all your doctor's appointments. They take you to surgery and pick you up from surgery as well. And then anything outside of that, they also take you to, how many massages do they take you to? I think they take you to 5 massages, and then after that, that's when you have to pay. But even then, like everything over there is so cheap. Like paying for like a ride to your massage or the mall or anything like that, literally max it will be is like $5 American, so US dollars. So that wasn't like a problem at all for me. But I really loved Amy's. It was extremely clean. The only thing that I did not like, and obviously it was out of her control, was the damn, it was like construction going on in the next building. And when you getting out of surgery, all you really want to do is sleep. And when you can't sleep, that shit causes some irritation. So the construction, they get up early in the morning, y'all. I'm telling y'all, like 5 in the morning they start constructing. You hear drilling like through the wall. So that blew me. But that was pretty much the only issue that I had there. Everything else was amazing. Even the girls that was there, amazing. I met some really cool girls out there. So let me go to the next question because I done rambled on with that one. Would I get any other surgeries? Yes, I sure would. I do want to go for round 2 next year. I am going to go for round 2 next year. Just because, like they say, and when you do your research, if you are going to get surgery, when you do your research, they'll tell you like your first round, not saying that everybody needs a second round, but your first round is more so to give you a foundation, so that like your next surgery you can like really perfect stuff. So that's pretty much what I feel too. I really love my foundation. I genuinely love my results. It's just that to like so I can perfect stuff that I want, that I'm gonna go get me another round. Pretty much I'm gonna get me a round 2, boo. For my round 2 though, like she gave me the shape that I want, but for round 2 I just want to focus on more projection. And they do say, you know, like most of your fat dies, especially for round 1. It's not used to being where it's put, blah blah blah. So I'm definitely going for round 2 for projection. And obviously whatever weight I will have gained by then, they can suck that right out my stomach too. So I also want to get, I'm not gonna say I want to get, because I'm gonna just tell you that I am gonna get it done. I also want to get my boobs done. I don't want an implant or anything. I just want a reduction and a lift and some nipple reconstruction along the line of that. Pretty much, yeah. I got like fucking grandma titties. Like, I want my boobs lifted and I want them shaped properly. So I'm not sure who I'm gonna go to around 2 for, but hopefully I could find a 2-in-1 doctor. I feel like now that I've gone through the surgery, I will be able to do like a combo. But I think for like for that being like my first time or anything, I didn't want to do no combo. Like, that scared me. So my next surgery, yes, I'm gonna do a round 2, and I want to get my boobs done. Just a reduction though. But I'm gonna try to find somebody who can do both. Will I go back to Colombia? I'm not sure. Maybe, maybe not. I'm interested in the Dr. Velasco, but I need to see his work with boobs. I know he does good butts, but I want to see his work with boobs, because I want somebody, I don't want just like my boobs to get a reduction. Like, I want them to be shaped properly. Like, it's doctors that can do reductions, but if you can shape my natural boob without putting an implant in it, that's really what I need. So I got to do my research on that, and then I'll let y'all know what I decide to do. But let me go to the next question. So obviously what everybody wants to know is who my doctor was. They said, where did you go to get your surgery and who was your doctor? So again, I went to Cali, Colombia. And my doctor, y'all, I wasn't like gatekeeping my doctor or anything. If you ask me, I'll tell you. But I went to Dr. Hakame in, again, Cali, Colombia. So I found her on this surgery page called Lux Recovery on Instagram. I'm sure you've heard of them, but they're a very popular surgery page. Pretty much all your celebs be up there that go out of the country for surgery, because they are Colombia, like, they're a surgery page, but they're actually a recovery house. So they have their recovery house in Colombia. They have a couple of recovery houses. So I found my doctor through their network. They were working together. They no longer work together. I don't know the details on that. I do know that my doctor was starting to have like complications with her surgeries. So I think that might have been why, but I'm not totally sure. So I'm not about to give you no false information. If you want to do research on that, you can. But so I found her literally like 3 years ago on their page. because that's how long I've been looking for like a doctor. I've really been looking for a doctor. I want to say honestly probably like 4 years I've been looking for a doctor, and I wanted to be like confident in that doctor, because every doctor that I had like potentially thought I would go to, they would do some type of work and I didn't like it, and it made me like never mind. But her, as they were posting her work, I really loved her. So I sent in a little consultation email thing, or inquiring for a consultation and stuff, and then they sent me back like what I needed to send them. So basically it's a bunch of questions asking about like your health and your history and stuff, family history, and then also asking like what were you looking to get done. They're going to ask you for pictures. So I did all that, and like I said, hold on, I gotta grab my powder. And that and then she sent me a quote, and she did quote me, and this is another question, so I'm gonna just jump into it, is how much everything costs. So she quoted me $3,500 for my surgery, which is a good ass deal. $3,500 for my surgery, and the surgery would include 360 lipo. So that's your front, your back, pretty much wherever else you want it, because I actually ended up getting inner thigh lipo, and I thought I was just gonna add it on, so I had emailed her honestly probably right before my surgery, and I was like, hey, I was like, how much extra would it be for inner thigh lipo? And she was like, oh, it's included in your package. And I was like, oh, perfect, okay. So I didn't have to pay no extra for my inner thigh, thank God. So yeah, she sent me the quote. I sent her my deposit. The deposit was $500, and I believe I sent that through, yeah, I believe I sent that through Western Union, my deposit. And then yeah, they sent me like they actually asked me what surgery date I wanted and stuff, so you can pick your surgery date as long as like she's available and stuff. And I have pushed it out. When I booked it, I pushed it out for like a year, so I could like, you know, have time to prepare my body, finances, and all of that, just make sure everything was straight. Because one thing about it, sweetie, and since we getting into pricing, I'm gonna just jump into that question next. How much was everything? You definitely want to save, because you want to make sure that you're prepared for whatever could happen. You're not gonna go there and just pay, like she told me, you know, my total was $3,500. I wasn't about to go there and just pay $3,000, that was gonna be it. Like, no, it was gonna be extra shit you had to get. But included in my package, I think that's what I was trying to get at. Included in my package was, ooh, excuse me. Included in my package was 2 surgery garments, so 2 fajas, and then 10 massages for free, or not free because it's in the package, but that was included in my package. Now I'm not sure how other doctors operate, so you may have to, you know, pay for all of your massages, you may not. You may have to pay for your fajas, you may not. So you just want to make sure that you have the extra money for all of that. So like, my total for my surgery was $3,500, and then my recovery house was like a band something. But in total, I want to say I ended up spending a little over $6,000 while I was over there, just because of little stuff that you need, especially regarding like your prescriptions, your medicines and stuff. And then I needed more medicine due to me getting sick and stuff like that. So you just gotta be prepared. So I definitely would say, you know, save up quite a bit of money. Like, if however much your surgery is, save up at least like 2 to 3 more bands than that, because you never know what can happen. Also too, thank God it didn't happen to me, but you could get, you know, COVID, God forbid you do COVID, or just get some type of illness, sick, or end up being hospitalized, and you weren't prepared for that. You don't have the funds for that. So that's what I'm saying, like, make sure you're prepared for whatever. So that is about how much I ended up spending, and that's, I pretty much was paying for like extra little places that I wanted to go to. I wanted to go to the mall, extra food. You can order food. There's an app that you can order food on. My medicines, I did have to get more maxi pads. I ran out of maxi pads. I had to pay for my massage cream. I had 2 of them. I had to pay for my BBL pillow, which I rarely use that pillow, y'all. I'm not even gonna hold you. And it was hard as shit, so I would suggest getting your own boppy pillow before you go. What else did I pay for? I was tipping, obviously, like my drivers and stuff. Tipping my drivers, my nurse. I'm trying to think what else I had to pay for. But the bulk of me personally, or my experience, was paying for medicine. Y'all see, I literally had to take like different medicine every day, so it was annoying. But everything's fairly cheap, but it just adds up how much you're fucking buying. So I want to say, yeah, my surgery total was around $6,000. Let me go to the next question, and I need to finish my damn face. My lips dry as shit. Shit. Okay, so the next question is, any advice for anyone who is considering surgery? So yeah, pretty much like I just said, like, just make sure you obviously have to be mentally prepared for this. It's definitely not for the weak, especially if you're going out there by yourself. But I'm very I'm gonna say strong-willed, like, and very independent, so I don't mind being alone. But make sure you are in the right mindset. Make sure you prepare for it. Make sure you save for it regarding funds. And don't let your head take over, your headspace take over, because I know that a lot of girls do get, you know, depressed and stuff. And I can't tell you how like your journey will go, but I'm happy with my results. So I wasn't like every day in the mirror like disgusted or anything, or having body dysmorphia. Like, I'm coming from literally a fucking crepe of an ass, so any little ass up on my ass will make a huge difference. So I didn't experience the depression phase. I just got really bored. That's what it was. Like, you're gonna be really fucking bored, so I highly suggest you bring a lot of entertainment for yourself. Bring your iPad, your laptop, all of that, because you're gonna be fucking bored. All you're gonna do is sit in the bed all day unless you go into your massage. So that, and then also too, take your time and do your research on your doctors. Like I said, I've literally seen my doctor for like 3 years before I even went to her. So make sure you take your time picking a doctor. And then one of the most important things too is, when picking a doctor, make sure that that doctor works on body types that are similar to yours. Like, there are doctors that work really good doing skinny BBLs, so for, you know, slimmer girls, they work well on those, but maybe on bigger girls they don't do so much, you know, they don't do good work on them. Make sure whoever you go to is familiar with your body type and has done work on your body type, and you like those results. Don't look at somebody who started out as super slim and then got a butt if you're not super slim, you get what I'm saying, or you're not built like how that person is. So, because then you're gonna go and then your results not gonna look the same, and you're gonna be disappointed trying to get a refund and blah blah blah. So nobody even got time for that. I don't know who got money to spend like that anyways, but I'm not doing that, and I'm not about to keep putting my body under the knife because I wasn't picking the doctor that, you know, worked with my body type. So I definitely highly suggest that. And again, do your research. I've literally been preparing for this BBL for like 4 years, doing my research and stuff, trying to figure out what doctor I want to go to. Why I went to Colombia can take out more fat than the US. And honestly, let's be real, the US is just fucking money hungry as fuck. Like, they're always money hungry. I don't know why a BBL from somebody is $10,000. That sounds absolutely ridiculous to me when I paid $3,500 for mine, and mine is great. I didn't get no botched body from Colombia or nothing like that. And don't let nobody get in your head with the oh, you going out the country, oh, they gonna botch you, gonna die. Don't let nobody get in your head like that, because like I said, if you do your research on your doctor and where you gonna stay at, then you'll be fine. Okay, you're not about to come out with no botched ass body if you do your research and shit. Not saying that things won't happen, because it possibly can, but don't let nobody get in your head. Don't let nobody think going to Miami is the best option, because it's bitches that go to Miami be botched like shit. and be going back and forth, be dying in Miami. So Miami, them shit is chop shops, okay? They bring you in, get your surgery, and be pushing your ass out before you even wake up off the anesthesia. You watch YouTube videos about girls going to Miami, then you already know this. You know how that shit be going. So don't let nobody get in your head. Do your research. If you want to go to the DR, you want to go to Mexico, Colombia, do it. Do what you want to do. If you want to go to Miami, do what you do. But pick your doctor for you. Don't pick it because this person picked it. Don't pick it because that person picked it. And don't pick it because this person said not to. So I say do your research. And another thing too, if you are, I'm not even just going to say just for Colombia, I'm going to say everywhere. If you are going anywhere to do your surgery, like I said, they be money hungry. Do not let nobody bamboozle you out no motherfucking money. Don't let nobody sell you something that you know you don't need, that you did your research on, you know you don't need. Like don't let nobody sell you on no shit like that, because that's all they do. They try to upsell you, obviously, like a damn store or something. I mean, that's their job, is to upsell. But if you don't need it, don't get it. Don't let nobody talk you into it either, because they was trying to add something on for like $700 to my surgery, and I was like, no, thank you. Like, the hell, I'm not paying $700 more for that. Because I feel like, and just personally, if it's something extremely important and that you really needed it, they would have told you that from the jump when you was booking. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not about to just sit there and try to add it on right before surgery. Like, no, that's not how that shit go. So I would say don't let nobody bamboozle you out your money either. I need a lip liner, or I just need a sharpener. I'll be right back. Those are my keys. Oh, and then I will also say to try to get your surgery supplies, like do it like months ahead, if not years, like just because like all of the surgery stuff, like don't get me wrong, it was cheap, but when you add a bunch of cheap shit up together, you get expensive. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely say make sure you're buying your supplies ahead of time instead of all at once. So like what I did was I would order like some supplies off Amazon, the next week I order again, next month I order again, stuff like that. And if you're not sure what supplies to get, go watch my supplies BBL supply video. The only thing that I did not use from that video was the knee pads. I was literally in bed most of the time, and I was sitting on my butt from the first day of surgery. So that is a myth. You do not have to not sit on your butt. My butt don't look any different than it did, except it's just not as swollen. My butt isn't hard or anything like that, so that's the only thing that I really didn't use. Okay, I'm gonna go to the next question. Do I like my results? I love my results. Like I said, I'm coming from literally no ass, y'all. So any bit of ass would have made the biggest difference. But again, I do want to go for a round 2. Oh, and then also something that I didn't mention regarding like advice. I'm not sure how any other doctors are, but my doctor, she stated that, you know, I should get labs done before I come. So I did get labs done. Now, what I will say is that when you get your labs done, unless you are or do have like health concerns, just, where's my lip stuff? Unless you have health concerns, just get like your hemo and stuff, because that's gonna be the like most important thing. Your hemo. My hemo, when I got, this shit is sitting right in my face. My hemo, when I got tested, or got my labs was 14.5, and I think the minimum is 12. I know for my doctor it was, at least. So my minimum was 12. And I was a 14.5. So that's the only thing that you want to make sure that you do get checked, because if you come there and your hemo is below the requirement, they're going to send you home, and you would have wasted all that money coming out there, and you probably won't get a refund, and you're probably going to be pissed. So I'll definitely say get that checked at least, so that if it is low, you can work on it. And they say to get your labs like a month before you go, so make sure you do that at least like a month or 2 months before you go, so that if it is low, you can be working on it. And pretty much you'll just need, like, you know, iron and drinking like beet juice and stuff to get your hemo up, because you're going to lose a lot of blood during the surgery and you could possibly die. And that's one thing that they really stress is your hemo, and they're going to keep checking it too. So I would say get that done prior. Make sure you're taking your vitamins and stuff. Try to prepare your body as much as you can for as long as you can to your surgery and after surgery, so that your recovery process is a little bit easier and it doesn't take too much of a toll on your body. Another question I had got was when did I sit on my butt? And like I said, I just said I was sitting on my butt from day one, y'all. Not gonna hold you. When you wake up, at least when I woke up, I was not worried about my butt. I was in pain when I woke up, because or really I don't know why, actually. I was in pain when I woke up. My flanks were on fire, like my stomach was just burning. But like you're like still kind of asleep, so like it's kind of weird how to explain it. Like you're still asleep, so, or like trying to come off the anesthesia. I kept like falling back asleep. Like I would wake up and I would moan like, oh, I would feel pain, fall back asleep. Like, and I kept pretty much doing that for like the remainder of like the time that I was in the hospital after my surgery. So I just wasn't worried about sitting on my butt. I was like, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to be comfortable. And I was saying, I was like, it's burning. I wasn't worried about that. I was sitting on my butt. And I was sitting on my butt every day after that too. And still sitting on my butt. It will feel a little bit weird sitting on your butt. It doesn't hurt at all. I didn't feel any pain in my butt. I didn't feel no soreness in my butt. All of my soreness was it was really my arms and legs. My stomach really wasn't that sore. It just was hot from like fluid and shit. So thing, or another piece of advice I will say for you to, if you are like trying to lose weight, like unless you're like at the perfect weight or anything that you want to be, then fine. But if you're trying to lose weight and be like more slim or anything like that, I highly advise you get down to your goal weight before you go, because there's different types of fat. So I can't think of what the exact terminology is for it, but there's different types of fat. So there's fat that's like kind of like behind the muscle, which is fat that you need to work out. And then there's fat that's like on top of the muscle, which is what they can suck out. So if you're like really big in any area that you're trying to get lipo in, and it's not the type of fat that's sitting on top of the muscle, then when you get the lipo and stuff, you're still going to be big in that area, if that makes sense. So you want to make sure you get down to your goal weight or as close to it as possible. Try your hardest to get whatever results you want to first by eating right. Go to the gym if you need to. I didn't go to the gym. I don't go to the gym. I hate the gym. I try to go to the gym now, but I really hate the gym. So when I was preparing for my surgery, no, I was not going to the gym. I was just trying to eat right, and focus on not gaining any weight, because you do have a weight requirement as well, so your BMI requirement. So that's another thing that I would suggest before going. And yeah, just make sure you guys, I would say too, like, You don't have to overpack or anything. You can buy the stuff out there. They'll deliver it to you. A lot of stuff be cheap, but for your own sake, just get all that shit before you go. But other than that, that's pretty much, I think that's all the advice I have for y'all. Also, just to like, this is the whole thing is a process. The healing process, it's a process. I'm not even, I haven't hit my 2 months yet. I think I hit my 2 months. I hit my 2 months next week. I'm still healing. Like, my stomach still sometimes be tight. It's like Play-Doh. My stomach is still sensitive and numb. My back as well. My arms literally just stopped hurting probably the last couple of days from the lipo. My thighs, yesterday and the day before, my thigh was pretty sore. You still swell up and stuff like that. So technically, they say you will not be like completely healed for a year, but obviously it depends on your body. But you'll start to see like your results that are pretty much set by your 3rd month. By 3 months, you'll see your results. That's how you're probably gonna look. But from then on, like, you will swell, you'll get big, you'll get small, but it's a learning process. Your body's gonna look different every single day. Don't stress it. I also suggest you, if you are suggesting getting surgery, join the surgery groups that are on like Facebook, on Instagram and stuff. Find you a surgery sister if you're going to maybe the same doctor or maybe staying at the same surgery or recovery house. Find you a surgery sister in them groups. Just make friends, communicate. Like, you can ask as many questions as you want to in those groups. Somebody's gonna help you out. You can ask me as many questions. Somebody's gonna help you out. A lot of the shit that you probably will freak out about during surgery or about recovery is normal, and anybody will tell you that. So I would say don't stress, boo. Go get that ass. That's what I'm gonna tell you. Go get that ass and go get a flat stomach and come to the fat side with a P, not an F. Okay? That's all I pretty much have to say, y'all. I'm gonna finish up my makeup and my hair. And I'm gonna come say bye, y'all, in a second. Okay, y'all, so I had to come back right quick because I had another question. My camera's about to die. My last question that I forgot to answer is, how long does it take to be able to move around? I was moving around on my own after the first week, and then pretty much every day after that, it just gets better and better. You feel more like yourself. By 1 month post-op, I was feeling like 95% back to normal. And I'm still at that like 95%. No, I'm gonna say like 99% now. It's just that my stomach and back are still pretty numb and sensitive. So that's pretty much still how I'm feeling. But that's pretty much the end of this video, y'all. If you have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll be happy to answer them, or DM me on Instagram. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Like, comment, and subscribe. All of my accounts is Faces Xstasia, and I will see y'all in the next one.